Let's take a look at all the Jackass movies and rank them from worst to best. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the movie ranker, and today I'm going to be ranking all the Jackass movies from worst to best. Jackass has been a big part of my life. I remember catching the TV series late at night back in the day. And then once the first movie came out, the whole gang just blew up and everybody was talking about the whole Jackass crew. I've decided to only rank the 4 main Jackass movies. I'm not going to be talking about Bad Grandpa or all the Jackass 2.5s or 3.5s because those are basically just outtakes and deleted scenes anyway. And Bad Grandpa is just like a really overstretched joke or a prank or whatever that's stretched out to a whole movie's length. If they ever come out with anything new, I'll probably make a new ranking and add all those in as well. But for now, we're just going to do the 4 main releases. And that is hard enough to rank because these are movies about stunts and pranks. It's not exactly a regular movie. Just make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. And let's get into the ranking. So kicking things off at last place, at number 4, we got Jackass 2 from 2006. Again, not a bad film. These are basically all tied, my 4, 3, and 2. But I decided to place this one in last place just because the movie, it takes a little bit to get going. Like, we get quite a bit of average to mediocre stunts and skits the first 20 minutes or so, and then things start ramping it up. It kind of builds until the first half hour or so, and then it's amazing right to the end. This has the best finale out of all 4 films, with the terrorist skit where they get Aaron with all the pubes on his face and he pretends to be a terrorist in the taxi. That is so hilarious, and it's my favorite finale out of this whole franchise, let's just say that. And a lot of the other stunts are good as well. I'm not a fan of the eye leech. Anything to do with eyeballs, I'm not a fan of, so that automatically was hard to watch for me. Steve-O putting the leech on his eye. But yeah, definitely not a bad film. Just the one I find the most mediocre of all of them. Even though it's not mediocre at all, I still rate this like an 8 out of 10. We get great stunts like the Toro Totter. That's one of my favorites, when that like the teeter totter with 4 seats and the bull going around knocking them off. That's hilarious with their lollipops and shit. We get the python ball pit, where they're trying to get the python, the giant snake, out of the anaconda pit. I forget what it's called, but it's just like ball pit, like you see at like the McDonald's kids playpens and stuff. And like I said, that finale is the best in the franchise. I just happen to prefer the other films a little bit more. Coming in at number 3, we got the brand new Jackass Forever, the 4th film. Now this, I had no idea how it was going to turn out. We're missing Ryan Dunn, unfortunately passed away. Bam was not allowed to be on this. He was not invited on to be on here due to different problems he has in life, going to rehab and such, and his mental state. So I had no idea how this was going to turn out. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was a pretty kick-ass film. As of now, have it at number 3, but it's still very fresh and new, so it could go up and down, God knows, in the future. But as of now, it's number 3. We get a good replacements for Ryan Dunn and Bam. We got like these newer members, Poopy and Zach and this girl, can't remember her name, but they were great additions to the movie, and I feel like they could be the future of Jackass. Like, if they ever do make another one, like obviously Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, and that, they're getting too old for this. They're reaching their 50s, and you can tell in this movie when they get hit by stuff, they're breaking bones almost every time. They just don't got it in them anymore. So I feel like this is the next generation that can come in and fill their shoes. And damn, can they. Like Zach, like he will pretty much do anything, it seems like. He's really bigger than Preston, but he's not afraid of nothing. And Poopy's really fun to watch as well, the shit that they get him to do. And as for the original members, I think Aaron gets MVP on this one. The last few movies, Aaron has been really stepping it up and becoming really one of the major characters in Jackass, one of the major players. Like, they get him to do some brutal stuff. And this one, it's the cup test. I don't want to give anything away because this is a fairly new movie, but damn, it was hard to watch. One of my biggest complaints about this film, though, is that there's way too much dick and balls. Of course, we get it in all these movies, but this time it's highly uncensored. Like, They don't give a damn anymore. They don't even try covering it up. And it's literally like every second skit has to do with their dick and balls, which is unfortunate because it doesn't feel very original when they keep going back to that. But the stuff they do with it is pretty extreme. And their other stunts that are in this film are very extreme as well. A lot of them are callbacks to the first film, especially, or like the TV series. They take things that they did before and they do them 10 times more extreme, which, yeah, it's not very original, but it works. It's like callbacks. This is kind of like a big send-off to our original characters, and I feel like it works. And it's not just with the stunts, it's with their jokes and dialogue too. They bring a lot of stuff back. Rewatching the other films, like, oh, that was callbacks, which is real nice for us fans. And this movie is just disgusting, hilarious, extreme. It's violent. It's everything wrapped into one, which I guess would make a perfect Jackass movie. Coming in at number 2, we got Jackass the movie from 2002. Yes, the very first one. Now, this was huge when it came out. Like I said, I was a big fan of the TV show, and when this movie hit, I was like grade 7 or 8 at the time, and I just remember everybody watching this. They're like, have you seen the new Jackass movie? And we literally had a bootleg VHS going around the school, and everybody had their turn. Every day someone would bring it back and someone else would get a chance, just because our movie rental place didn't have enough copies for everybody. And us kids, obviously, they wouldn't let us rent it, but it's just a hell of a good time. It's fairly low budget compared to the rest of these films, and you can tell with their stunts and their skits, they didn't really have the money to do anything really spectacular, so they got more original. And I think that's why this one places just above part 2 for me, because of all the nostalgia I have for it. And it was really good at the time. Like, Ryan Dunn putting the toy car up his ass for that finale was talked about for years. I mean, like 2 or 3 years after, people were still bringing that up. When today, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but back then it was huge. We didn't have YouTube back then. We didn't have all these fail videos or nothing. We only had Jackass and like America's Funniest Home Videos, which was much more family friendly. And of course, this being the first movie that these guys got to do, they were allowed to swear and go a little bit farther than the boundaries that they had on the TV show, which was really cool. Bam gets his mom, April, to say fuck when he puts like an alligator in her kitchen and little things like that. And when it comes to the stunts, they're not big, but they're still painful and unique, like the paper cuts between the fingers and the mouth, or like the muscle stimulator that they put everywhere, even on their gooch, and this crazy shit like that. And they filmed a big chunk of this in Japan, which was really cool to see as well. And that whole intro with the shopping cart, the big ass shopping cart, and the cement flying on that, it may be the weakest now out of all 4 of their movies, but to me it's not their weakest because of that theme song playing in the background. It's just so damn epic, and them going and just hitting each other and stuff in the shopping cart. They're all so young, and it's so cool to see again. Rewatching this was just epic. Like I said, it doesn't seem like the best intro, but to me it's better than like the Bull intro. It's probably one of my favorite intros in the entire franchise, even though it's cheaper, but it's the nostalgia that hits it for me. And with the theme and everything playing, it's just so goddamn epic. But easily coming into number 1 for me is Jackass 3, or 3D, whichever you want to call it. This happens to be the only one I've seen in theaters, and goddamn, that's not the reason why it's first. It's just really good. I feel like this is the most consistent out of all the films. It has really high quality stunts and gags and skits. Everything's hilarious. Everything looks painful. I feel like they were at the top of their game. This is the last one that featured Ryan Dunn, and I feel like anything that he's in is just the best. Like, I miss him so much. He was one of the best characters, you could say, in this film. Like, every one of these movies has gross things in that, but I feel like this movie really balanced them out the best. We get about 85% hilarious, great stunts, while only about 15% of the rest is disgusting or hard to watch, which the other films don't do as good of a job balancing those two out. And another major thing about this film is the production value. It's gone through the roof compared to the last 2 films. The last one had a good production value as well, but this was the first one where we really see it. Everything looks like it's shot in 4K. The 3D looks really nice, and it's not used so much as a gimmick. It they don't overuse it, is what I'm trying to say. They use it at the right times. And the segments and the stunts themselves are just so good, man. We got bungee porta potty, Steve-O in that bungee freaking porta potty going up hundreds of feet in the air is crazy. We got the midget fight in the bar. It's just so funny. It's like something you see off Just for Laugh gags, but even funnier. Lambo tooth pull with Aaron, like, so good, man. With Chris Pontius as the dentist. Like, everything is so awesome. You got Bam being a dick most of this movie, which is like, that's usually what he is. He usually doesn't do anything too extreme. He just does stuff to other people, like the Rocky scenes, shoots water in someone's face while punching them in the other side of their face. And he does that a lot in this movie, pisses on people, but they get him back. When they trap him and trick him into the snake pit, that's gold. The Bam is crying, but he deserves it so bad after all the shit that he's done to the rest of his crew. So I get a lot of joy at watching him suffer in that snake pit. So there you have it, guys. There's my ranking of all 4 Jackass movies. Let me know what you think. This was an extremely hard ranking to do. Let me know what's your favorite Jackass, what's your least favorite. Throw in your favorite stunts and whatnot. We'll have a great discussion in the comment section. You can also check out my social media links in the description. I got my Instagram, Letterboxd, all that stuff. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.